You think your orange juice is freshly squeezed into your glass? In reality, it could be over a year old, and only tastes fresh because its flavor has been carefully reconstructed in a lab. Welcome to Inside the Factory. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on how orange juice is really made, and just how much, or how little, of nature is actually left inside. Most people think they know what they're drinking. 100% orange juice. It says so right on the label, but in reality, your real orange juice has very little in common with a freshly squeezed orange. To ensure consistency, the industry uses a clever trick: flavor packs. These involve complex processes that reconstruct the orange's natural scent and taste using peel extracts, volatile oils, side steam, and a lot of advanced technology. All of this is completely legal. Anything originally from the orange can go back in, and it's still sold as 100% juice. But how does this juice actually end up on your shelf? On the plantations, oranges aren't handpicked with care. Instead, machines handle the job with ruthless efficiency. The fruit cascades into nets, with up to 4,000 kilos being harvested every minute. Many of the oranges are damaged in the process, and some even begin to rot during transport. The usable fruit, which must still appear intact, is moved onto conveyor belts for a mechanical cleaning process. In a fully automated washing system, the oranges are scrubbed by rotating brushes, powerful jets of water, and spray nozzles, all designed to remove dirt, pesticides, and other residues from the peel. The goal is to prepare the fruit hygienically for further processing. Once cleaned, the oranges move on to extractor machines, where the juice is pressed out. Precision is key here. The aim is to extract as much juice as possible while avoiding certain parts of the fruit, like the albedo, the white spongy layer just beneath the peel, which contains bitter compounds. If too much of it gets in, the taste suffers. The machines are designed to press efficiently while minimizing these unwanted components. Even the seeds and peels are separated automatically, but nothing goes to waste. The leftover orange residue is repurposed in a variety of ways. The peels and seeds often become animal feed, and the essential oils extracted from the peel are used in cosmetics, cleaning agents, and even other food products. Once the oranges are mechanically pressed, a thick, cloudy juice flows from the machines, a dense, orange liquid still containing all its natural components: pulp, aromas, enzymes, and dissolved gases like oxygen. This raw juice is fresh and full of natural flavors, but it doesn't last long. To make it suitable for transport and storage, the juice undergoes an elaborate processing phase. The juice can't just sit around. It's heated to around 60 degrees Celsius, not to make it tastier, but to shrink it. In a vacuum, water is extracted, leaving behind a thick, syrupy concentrate. 6 liters of juice are reduced to 1. This method is cheaper for shipping since a thicker liquid takes up less space, lowering transportation costs. Next, the juice is centrifuged, spun at high speeds to separate heavier components like coarse pulp or suspended solids. Then comes filtration, where fine particles and cloudiness are removed to create a uniform consistency. A particularly crucial step is degassing. Oxygen is deliberately removed from the juice because oxygen would cause oxidation and turn it brown quickly. Without this step, the juice would become unsightly and its shelf life would be drastically shortened. However, removing oxygen comes with a major downside. Oxygen is essential for developing fresh, fruity flavors. By eliminating it, the juice loses much of its vibrant, natural taste, leaving it almost flavorless with only a faint hint of fruit. The juice still looks like orange juice, but it no longer truly resembles the natural original in flavor. During the heating process, a silent drama begins: the disappearance of flavor. When heated, delicate aromas evaporate into the air. Since we largely experience taste through our sense of smell, the juice would end up sweet and sour, but lacking any character. So, what's the solution? The escaping aromas are captured and stored in stainless steel tanks. Later, after months or even years, they are reintroduced to breathe life back into the concentrate. These massive storage tanks, affectionately called tank farms in the industry, are colossal structures, sometimes as large as half a football field or the size of a multi-story building. Inside, the juice rests, not for a few days, but often for months, sometimes even an entire year, before being processed further or hitting the market. During this time, the juice stays cool, dark, and motionless, waiting in silence. While it might sound uneventful, this process is key to the global orange juice industry. It ensures juice is available year-round, no matter when or where oranges are in season. The juice isn't exactly lying dormant, it's a smart storage method, keeping juice ready for when the world's thirst for fresh orange juice arises, even if the freshness has long since faded. But before the juice can finally be bottled or boxed, something curious happens, a little trick of the food industry. That flavorless juice, which has been sitting in massive steel tanks for months, is meant to taste like real orange juice again. And that's where flavor packs come in. These flavor packs contain what was lost during processing: the scent, the character, the fruity essence. What's fascinating is that these flavors do come from oranges, but not necessarily from the same batch of juice. It's like building with a kit. The taste and aroma are produced separately and then reintroduced later. These flavors are extracted through special processes, such as from leftover orange peels after pressing, steam produced during heating, or condensates collected in the air above the machines. With modern technology, the intense scent of a freshly peeled orange can be captured and preserved. What's more, the flavors could be sourced from anywhere in the world, meaning that while the juice might come from Brazil, its taste could have been created in Spain or Florida. In the end, the juice gets its signature profile, a consistent aroma that consumers recognize, no matter where they are. Whether in Hamburg, Tokyo, or Buenos Aires, it tastes exactly the same. This consistency is the goal. The juice isn't meant to surprise, just to be reliably fruity and orange every time. The catch? These flavor packs don't need to be declared on the packaging. By law, they are considered technologically necessary and aren't classified as additives, so they don't require labeling. Technically, the juice is still 100% orange juice because the flavor comes from oranges. But while the claim isn't a lie, it isn't entirely honest either. The price of this standardization is the loss of diversity. In the past, an orange from Spain tasted different from one from Florida. Today, both taste the same, like brand XY. What seems like consistent quality is really the loss of character. The images on the packaging may still show fresh, juicy oranges, dewdrops glistening on their skin, but that's more fantasy than reality. Bottling process. Now let's take a look at the bottling process. Here, everything is designed for precision and hygiene. There's no room for human error, no accidental hand interfering. Instead, perfectly programmed machines take control, with robotic arms gliding over conveyor belts with balletic grace. The filling itself is done with millimeter precision. Nothing is spilled, nothing is wasted. Bottles and cartons are filled, sealed, and closed in split seconds. Because the real enemy of orange juice is invisible: oxygen, light, bacteria. Even the tiniest contamination could spoil the entire product. That's why the process is so highly standardized, meticulously timed and controlled. Only by keeping all external influences completely out can manufacturers guarantee the juice stays fresh for as long as the label promises, often many months. And it's truly without preservatives. No chemical additives, no artificial preservatives. The secret lies in a combination of techniques: pasteurization, briefly heating the juice to kill germs, airtight packaging to prevent contamination, and precise temperature control at every stage of production and storage. This highly complex process ensures the juice seems innocently fresh, as though it were just freshly squeezed. And now the operation goes global. The juice, or rather the concentrate, embarks on its journey, traveling in giant refrigerated containers, often holding over 20,000 liters. By ship, train, or truck, the concentrate is transported to various destinations. Rotterdam, Hamburg, and Antwerp are the major hubs in the international vitamin C trade. This is where the real logistics take place. What ends up in your supermarket may have been pressed in Brazil, stored in the Netherlands, and reconstituted with water in Germany. It's a globally coordinated effort to bring the same consistent taste to your glass, no matter where in the world you are. What lands in your glass isn't just orange juice. It's a sensorically fine-tuned, industrially perfected product, a creation designed to taste familiar, like home, even if its journey began thousands of kilometers away. And who would have thought that so much technology, strategy, and yes, a little deception hides behind a simple glass of orange juice? The next time you take a sip at breakfast, you'll know what's really inside and what isn't. If you're fascinated by these hidden aspects of the food industry, make sure to subscribe to Inside the Factory. Here, you'll regularly uncover the truths others prefer to keep secret. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and drop a comment. Which product should we uncover next? See you next time on Inside the Factory.